In our last video, we talked about how exactly eye tracking works. This is the picture we showed to illustrate those basics. But what happens once that visual information leaves the eye? It starts at the retina, where light signals travel through the optic nerve. They cross at the optic chiasm, proceed to the LGN, and finally reach the visual cortex, where the brain processes the image we see. Eye tracking is based on the eye-mind hypothesis. Essentially, this theory suggests a direct link between what your eyes are fixated on and what your mind is currently processing, meaning what a person looks at is what they are actively thinking about. This leads us to perception. What do you think? Do those blue dots have the same size? Well, they actually aren't. They just appear different in size due to its surrounding shapes. This shows perception isn't just seeing, but how our brain organizes information. Individuals perceive situations differently and act accordingly. This happens due to different reasons. The first reason is selective perception, where some information fades out. Second is the selective bias, which alters information based on personal meaning. And lastly, there's the selective memory, where information that is more familiar is more easily retained. Now let's have a closer look at information intake. Do you ever feel like you're on autopilot? Well, that's because we have two modes, the conscious and unconscious. Conscious information intake is active and targeted. On the other hand, unconscious information intake is passive, not goal-oriented, and only occurs when the attention is elsewhere. Information intake depends on exposure and attention, which is influenced by a stimulus, the individual and environmental factors. Let's have a closer look at that. Stimulus includes the size and color intensity. Individual factors involve personal interests or needs, and environment covers odors and movement. Let's look at an example. Pause the video and try reading this paragraph. As you can see, it's possible even though all of the words are scrambled. This shows that our brain processes information unconsciously, allowing us to understand jumbled words without reading each letter individually. Now we come to the bottom-up and top-down processes. As an example, I have two pictures of someone looking at a cell phone package. You can see that there is a difference when someone is trying to determine the brand of the phone versus when they are trying to figure out any information about the phone. So cognitive perception works both bottom-up and top-down, which are two main roads to process information. Bottom-up relies on your senses. Top-down uses your past knowledge and experience to interpret what you see. Attention is driven by three main factors: the exposure situation, which involves your level of control; exogenous factors, which are stimulus-driven bottom-up cues like size and color; and endogenous factors, which are top-down goal-oriented processes like motivation and brand familiarity. Kahneman explains two ways we think. System 1 is fast and intuitive, handling habits and emotions automatically. System 2 is slow and reflective. It takes over for high-relevance, first-time decisions using conscious values and logic. Information intake includes three stages: sensory, which registers raw physical stimuli; lexical, which represents sensory experiences into words; and categorial, where we group sensory inputs into meaningful categories. During the processing stage, information is linked via semantic networks to form an overall impression, such as a product's perceived value. This is eventually retrieved to inform future decisions, like a purchase. And that was our video on visual perception. Want to test your knowledge after this video? To know more things about eye tracking, watch our next video.